They were raising a chimpanzee as their child, and then the unthinkable happened. This is the disturbing case of Travis the chimp. Sandy and Jerry were a successful married couple and very well off financially. After a playful encounter with a chimpanzee at a rodeo, Sandy became obsessed with the idea of owning one herself. Sandy and Jerry found a breeder of chimpanzees in Missouri and bought Travis when he was only 3 days old. Travis's mother had to be tranquilized so they could go in and steal Travis from her, which I'm sure was really devastating and traumatic. Chimpanzees are actually our closest relative, and we share about 98% of the same DNA. Sandy and Jerry bought Travis for $50,000 and weren't even legally required to have a permit to keep him as a pet. They actually didn't even see Travis as a pet. They raised him like a son. That was their baby. Travis was an adorable little baby. He went with them everywhere they went. He was also a really smart little chimp. He learned how to ride a bike, mow the lawn, and even drive a car. By all accounts, Travis fit in quite nicely with the human society he was being raised in. Travis loved to watch TV. He loved watching sports. He ate candy and ice cream and drank wine with his dad nearly every night. Travis even went to restaurants with Sandy and Jerry. Travis was a local celebrity in this town. Everyone knew Travis and loved him. As Travis got older and stronger, he began to act out more and cause more issues. But it was always overlooked because Travis was always so playful and lovable. They never thought he would actually hurt someone. Jerry got really sick and had to be hospitalized, and he told his wife if anything ever happened to him to put Travis in a sanctuary because he was too much for her to handle alone. Jerry unfortunately did end up passing away, and his wife Sandy did end up finding a chimp sanctuary in Florida. She wrote them a really loving letter asking if they had space for Travis. She included family photos and a donation check. She signed the letter, sealed it, stamped it, but she actually never ended up sending that letter. I think in Sandy's mind, she knew that keeping Travis was wrong, but in her heart, she couldn't let go. After losing her husband, Sandy became depressed and detached. Travis was really all she had left. And Sandy wasn't the only one affected by Jerry's death. It left Travis extremely depressed. Chimpanzees are really complex emotional creatures. Travis was smart, but he couldn't understand why his best buddy, the guy that he drank wine with and cheered watching baseball with, was here one day and gone the next. Travis was actually so depressed that a local doctor gave him Xanax. And then on February 16th, 2009, the life of Travis the chimp took a dark turn. That day, Travis was agitated and not listening to anything Sandy said. He was outside the home and refusing to go back inside. So Sandy ended up calling her best friend of 30 years, Sharla Nash, for help controlling Travis. Sharla agreed to come over and help Sandy with her chimp. Sharla had known Travis since he was a baby, but she had recently dyed her hair and looked a little bit different than maybe Travis remembered. So when Sharla got to the home and exited the car with one of Travis's favorite toys, he charged her and began to attack her. Travis was 13 years old at this point and over 240 pounds and believed to have the strength of 5 adult men. Travis began to rip Sharla apart, blood everywhere. Sandy did her best to save her friend, but Travis was not listening to her. So she called 911 for help. I'm gonna put in a clip of that 911 call. It is so scary. You can hear Travis in the background.
Where's your emergency?
This is Sandy. 241 Rock Crimmon Road.
What's the
Send
problem?
the police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
The chimp killed my friend.
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh, please.
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
Send the police up with a gun. With a gun. Hurry
Who
up.
has a gun?
When the police arrived, they were forced to unalive Travis. Sharla was miraculously still alive, but her hands and her face were nearly completely gone and she had lost over half of the blood in her body. That day, Sharla was in surgery for hours. There's some photos available online of what she looked like, but personally, I don't feel comfortable sharing them. It was a brutal scene. Even the hospital staff that was treating her needed counseling afterwards. Eventually, Sharla had a face transplant, and compared to how she looked after the attack, it's incredible how good she looked after the transplant. She had a young daughter at the time in her care that had to end up living with a friend because she was in treatment for so long. Today, she's permanently blind, but she is so incredibly strong and a huge voice and activist against keeping wild animals as pets. Travis's owner, Sandy, passed away about a year later, and her estate awarded Sharla over $4 million in damages. I feel so terrible for Sharla, but I honestly also feel really bad for Travis as well, because he should have never been kept as a pet in the first place. I wanted to share this case today to bring awareness to how dangerous, irresponsible, and honestly cruel keeping wild animals as pets is. I know there's a lot of people on this app specifically that share their exotic pets. I'm not coming for any individual. I'm just saying personally, I think it's wrong. If you do feel differently, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this entire case if you'd want to see similar stories in the future. If you watched the end of this video, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments that you saw this. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.